Marianne. Okay. I hope you all can see me well. So let us do our ritual of centering by starting with the butt. And so first sit forward of your sit bones and then sit back behind your sit bones. Sit forward of your sit bones, sit behind your sit bones, and notice what happens with the top of your pelvis as you do this. And notice what happens with your back as you do this. So as we sit forward, forward of our sit bones, the whole spine kind of lifts up and forward. And as we sit behind the sit bones, the spine rounds. That's typically where we end up in our chairs. So sit forward in your chair, line up your knees with your hips, or maybe a little wider, your knees over your ankles. Line up the big toes of your feet so they're parallel, which means the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Relax your hands on your thighs, whatever way works for you right now. Line up your nose and your chin with your belly button. And now sit forward of your sit bones. When we sit forward, the top of the pelvis comes forward. And also the top of the sacrum, that triangular shaped bone at the base of your spine, that also comes forward. When we let the pelvis lead, the spine is free to move the way it needs to move to support us. So sit forward of your sit bones, feel the top of your pelvis forward, feel the top of your sacrum forward. Close your eyes if you'd like. Remembering that the very act of closing your eyes is a signal to the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's that system that manages the rest and the digestion of the body and allows us to slow things down, to bring ease to the central nervous system, to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, which manages the rest and the digestion of the body. And it's those quiet moments, even the shortest of quiet moments, that allows us to feel better and better and better. And now I invite you to scan your mind, body, spirit from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head, to the tips of your fingers, to check in. How are you feeling this morning? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? How and where are you feeling what you're feeling? And we're noticing, we are the witness. We're not trying to change anything. We're not judging ourselves. We're simply becoming aware. What would you like to receive from yoga today? What would you like to receive from yoga today? Let all the answers swirl around. They can be anything, anything, anything at all. Now choose the one that seems to best fit for how you're feeling today. Place that one thing behind your heart and allow it, with your intention and attention, allow it to radiate through your whole body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, to everything in between, until your whole self feels alive with that one thing as your intention for this morning's practice. Now I invite you to become aware of your breath. Just notice. Where do you experience your inhale? And where do you experience your exhale? The breath is an incredible focusing gift. And we commit ourselves to centering ourselves throughout our day, to coming back to the present moment. And of course, we get distracted and we feel all kinds of things and we forget that that's what we intend and want to do. But the breath gives us a tool every moment of our life to remind ourselves and then to give ourselves the gift of centering and to begin again and again and again. So I would like to begin our yoga practice with a breathing activity, if you will, that you can use anytime throughout your day. It's very short. You can make it even shorter if you like, but it's so powerful. So we'll begin by making gentle fists with our hands, the thumb on the outside. As you breathe in, visualize your breath entering the thumb of the right hand by the tip of the thumb and going down the full extension of the thumb. So lift the thumb up to welcome the breath on the right hand. When you exhale, visualize the breath moving from the base of the thumb, the length of the thumb, and out through the tip. And now when you breathe in, extend the right pointer finger, welcome the breath through the tip of the pointer finger, the length of the finger, and when you breathe out, visualize the breath moving from the base of that finger, the length of that finger, out through the tip. Breathe in to the middle fingertip, extending that finger all the way the length of that finger to the base. Breathe out, visualizing the breath moving from the base of that finger, the length of the finger, out through the tip. Breathe in, extending the ring finger, breath coming in through the tip, extending the length to the base. Breathe out from the base, the length of the finger, out through the tip. Breathe in to the pinky. Breathe out from the pinky. Relax your right hand. And let's bring our awareness to the left hand and do the same thing. Breathe in, extend the left thumb. Watch the breath enter the tip. Extend to the length to the base of the thumb. Breathe out from the base of the thumb along the length out through the tip of the thumb. Breathe in to the pointer. Extend the pointer. Welcome the breath to the tip all the way down to the base. Breathe out from the base along the length out through the tip. Breathe in to the middle finger and out. Breathe in to the ring finger and out. Breathe in to the pinky finger and out. And now just relax your hands. Feel the presence of your breath in your hands. Remembering always that we begin again and again and again. So let's begin to move. Checking in with the pelvis, making sure that we're sitting forward of the sit bones. Begin to inhale and lift your shoulders gently and slowly toward your ears. Begin to breathe out, let your shoulders come down. Begin to breathe in, lift your shoulders up gently toward your ears. Begin to breathe out, slowly and gently lower your shoulders and notice if they go a little bit farther down. They may or may not. We're just observing. Breathe in, lift your shoulders. Breathe out, lower your shoulders. Let's do that 3 more times. You follow your breath, moving in time with and in tune to the rhythm of your breathing. Just notice the ease that comes in to your movement with your breath. Ease is the foundation of all strength, all flexibility, all comfort, all. When you've finished your 3rd one, just let yourself pause there and bring your hands, your fingertips to your shoulders. Breathe in, bring your right elbow in toward your right side body and your left elbow up toward the sky. Inhale, come back to your center. Exhale, bring the left elbow in, the right elbow up. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, right elbow in, left elbow up. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale to the opposite side. Let's do this, taking our time. 3 more times, moving with your breath. Feeling wherever it is that you feel this movement, this position. And when you finish the 3rd one, just allow yourself to come back to the center and relax your hands in whatever way is comfortable for you on your thighs. Inhale, reach your left hand up or place your left hand on your head. Bring your right hand to the seat of the chair. Breathe in. When you exhale, reach your left buttock into the chair and float over to the right. Bring your right ribs slightly forward. We'll stay here for 3 breaths, in and out. We'll breathe in a 4th time. And on the exhale, we'll come back to the center. Relax that hand down to the chair. Bring the right hand to the top of the head or the back of the head or wherever it feels comfortable for you. Reach your right buttock into the chair. Breathe in. And when you exhale, float over to the left side. Bring your left rib slightly forward. Come back. So again, you're working with your own breath. Personally, I prefer to come up on the exhale. So do what feels better for you today. Just being mindful of how you feel. Reaching that right buttock into the chair allows you, first of all, to feel more stable, and secondly, to lengthen that side. When you finish whatever number it was you were working on, just relax your hands to your sides. We'll do shoulder rolls, inhaling your shoulders forward and up, pausing, and exhaling them back and down and pausing. Inhaling your shoulders forward and up, exhaling them back and down and pausing. Inhaling forward and up, pausing, exhaling back and down and pausing again. Inhaling your hands over your head, exhaling, shifting your right buttock forward, your right knee forward, feeling your upper body turn to the left, bringing your left hand down behind you to the opposite side of the chair. I don't know if you can see my hand here, but it's waving at you from behind my body. So you're bringing your left hand not only behind you, but you're bringing it to the opposite side of the chair, doing whatever it is you can do. That's where we're moving in the direction of. So letting yourself breathe here. On an exhale, coming forward, pausing, letting the body integrate what we've done. Inhaling, reaching hands over the head, exhaling, shifting the left buttock forward, the left knee forward so that the spine automatically moves to the right. The right hand comes from behind you and rests on the opposite side of the chair, and your left hand is down in front of your body. And you might notice which side feels easier today. Not assuming, but really noticing what's happening in your body as we're doing what we're doing. And your next exhale, coming back to the center, relaxing your hands on your thighs, checking your pelvis to make sure you're sitting forward of your sit bones, which lifts your body, lifts your spine naturally. And just notice. So now I invite you to turn to your left side and sit so that the back of your left knee is against the seat of the chair. Your left arm is on the back of the chair. Your right buttock is off the chair. And your right knee is pointing down toward the ground or somewhere in that direction. This is for the psoas. When we don't feel okay, in whatever way, shape, or form that is, when we don't feel okay, the psoas gives our mind body the message that we're not okay. And so the psoas kind of perpetuates that. The psoas thinks we're not okay, so that's what it tells the body, and it becomes a very vicious cycle. So just coming here to sit for a few moments, several moments, allowing this psoas to let go of whatever tension we can, whatever tightness we're able, to bring whatever ease and comfort we can to this muscle group, brings comfort and ease to the entire being, not just to the body, but to the whole person. This muscle group is probably the most obvious example of how the mind-body works together. It's kind of the gatekeeper. When the mind says, hey, we're in trouble, the psoas brings that message to the whole body. And then, like I said, and then the psoas brings that same message back to the body. But if we're cultivating a sense of ease, even if it's just for a little bit, psoas brings that message back to the rest of the body. So breathe in here a couple more times, in and out, visualizing softness. Now bring your hand behind your thigh to pull that knee forward. Bring your right hand inside of your right thigh and bring it as far out to the right as you can. So you're making as close to a right angle to 90 degrees as you can with your legs. And now turn to face your left leg. Inhale your hands up into the sky and exhale your arms to goalposts. Inhale up, exhale goalposts. And your nose and your chin are in line with your belly button. And check your pelvis. Are you sitting forward of your sit bones here? Well, just the one, actually. Inhale up, exhale goalposts. And now bring your elbows toward each other. They can touch or not. It doesn't really matter. And when you inhale, bring your elbows as far away from each other as you can. And see if you can bring your elbows back a little. Exhaling, elbows toward each other. And inhaling, elbows out and wide. Exhaling, elbows toward each other. Inhaling, elbows out and wide. And now just relax your hands down. Bring your right hand behind your right knee to bring it forward just a little bit. And now go ahead and stretch that right leg out and lean against the back of your chair and bring your right hand over your head. You can either stretch your right arm out or you can rest your right hand on your head. Do what honors how you're feeling today. And see if you can let go of some of the tension in the right side of the body and actually feel the letting go that happens. Breathe all the way in down to your center, down into your stomach if you can. And then release your hand again behind your thigh to pull that knee forward. Use your left hand to lift you up to a seated position. Move yourself back, taking your time back to the center of your chair. And just pause right here. Again, giving yourself a moment to absorb the work you've done. And now we'll turn to the other side. So the back of your right knee is against the seat of the chair. Your right arm is on the back of the chair. Your left buttock is off the chair. And your left knee is pointing down toward the ground. Make sure your right foot is firm to the earth. Make sure your left leg is as pointing down as you can get it. If this is where you can be, then let that be good. And visualize your breath moving into and out of that psoas. Using your breath as a type of reassurance to the psoas. That, as Julian of Norwich said, I think in the 12th or 13th century, all is well, all is well, all manner of things shall be well. Feel that, communicate that to your psoas so that it may communicate that to the rest of your body. Feeling the softness that comes with your breath in and out. Feel the ease, even if it's the teeniest, tiniest thing, celebrate it. And now bring your left hand behind your left thigh to pull it forward. Bring your left hand inside your left thigh to move it out to 90 degrees as you can, or anything in between. And now turn your upper body to face your right knee. Make sure that the top of your pelvis is forward, so you're sitting forward of your sit bones. And inhale your hands up over your head. Exhale them to goalpost. Inhale your hands over your head. Exhale them to goalpost. Remember, if you need to, you can just inhale your hands to your head and exhale them to goalposts. And now bring your elbows toward each other. When you breathe in, open up your elbows away from each other. Exhale your elbows toward each other. And inhale them away, bringing them as back as you can. And now coming forward. And inhaling, breathing out. And now relaxing your hands down. You can hold on to the back of the chair, bring your left leg slightly forward and then stretch it out to the side. Lean against the back of your chair and bring your left hand either over your head with the arm straight or resting your hand on your head. And breathing here, visualizing your breath moving the full length of the left side of your body. Again, noticing, observing, being the witness to where your body begins to let go of tension and tightness, in whatever form it happens to be holding. On your next exhale, bring yourself back up Bring your left knee forward and turn yourself back to the center of your chair. And I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see what I'm doing. But this is where it would be helpful to have your second chair or your stool or low table. And let's just have the pillow nearby. We're not going to use it just yet. So with your hands underneath your right thigh, lift your right heel to the chair. And you know, this might be more than enough, and that's perfectly fine. If you're able to stretch that leg a little bit, go ahead. But we don't want to be pushing it down. We don't want to make it be straight. We just want to extend it as best we can. And now I invite you to pay really careful attention to your pelvis, because we're sit up straight and tall first, sitting forward of your sit bones. And now bring your hands to your right leg and very slowly, keeping your heart lifting, come forward from your waist and notice when your lower back starts to round. We don't want if your upper back is rounding, don't go further, just stay right here. But as you come forward, notice your pelvis. When the top of your pelvis starts to move back, let it. That will round your lower back, which will naturally round your upper back. And then you can just come here for a breath or two. If as you come forward, you're rounding your upper back, don't come forward, just stay right here. And we'll breathe here for a couple more breaths. Now bring your hands behind your right leg to bring that foot to the floor. Pause right here. Once both of your feet are on the floor, just pause for a breath in and a breath out. And now hands behind your left leg. Lift that heel onto whatever it is that you're using, chair, table, stool. Again, this is a perfectly good place to be with your knee bent. If you can stretch your leg forward a little bit without ending up here, beautiful. Honor your body as it is. And now bring your hands to your waist, fingers in front, thumb in back. And from your waist, from the top of your pelvis actually, come slightly forward and notice. Is your upper back rounding? If it is, just come back to where you started and really focus on sitting forward of your sit bones. If it's not rounding in this position, then pay attention to your pelvis. And as the top of your pelvis comes forward, notice when the top of the pelvis starts to move back. Because when it does, and this is natural to folding forward, when it does, that means the lower back starts to round, and then it makes sense for the upper back to round. If the upper back rounds before you get to this place, just go back. Because what's happening is you're putting a tremendous amount of force on the discs, and you don't want to do that. You want to honor where you are. So now let's bring that foot down. And now let's bring both feet up again. And this time, take your cushion and put it on your legs and sit forward of your sit bones. And once again, bring the cushion into your belly. It's probably going to be somewhere around your lowest ribs. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pay attention to what happens to the top of the pelvis. It needs to round back before the upper body starts to round. So come forward of your sit bones and now shift the top of your pelvis back Your lower back is rounding of its own accord. You're not making it happen. And now bring your elbows to your cushion. Either clasp your hands or make your hands into gentle fists and just rest your forehead against your fists. And if your legs aren't straight, if they're bent, it's okay. Find the place that works for you. Experiment a little bit if you need to put another cushion here so that you're bringing the props up to you rather than you going to the props. Play with it a little bit. And just let yourself breathe and be right here. Winter is a time to go inside. Physically, mentally, emotionally, the trees, the plants, the flowers, they all focus on their root system during the winter so that they can reimagine themselves for the spring. We can do the same thing. Feel the stillness. From the stillness, feel the calm. Notice what your body is doing as you stay here and breathe. Notice your shoulders, maybe they're moving away from your ears. Notice your hands, maybe your fingers are starting to soften. Notice your belly. Maybe it's not twisting and turning and churning as much as it was. Feel the furrow leave your brow. Separate your teeth and feel the jaw let go of tension. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your cushion. Bring your hands toward you on your cushion and lift yourself up to a seated position. Bring the cushion down. Bring your hands behind one leg and put that foot down, and then behind the other and put it down. And now pause. And heel toe your feet out so that you widen your knees as wide as you possibly can from each other. And inhale your right hand up, right hand resting on your head. And just lean over to the left. You can use your elbow against your left leg to support you. Breathe in. And on the exhale, come back to the center, relax your hand down. Bring your left hand either up over your head or to your head, and then float over to the right. Support yourself with your elbow on your thigh. Breathe in and out, come back to the center. Relax your hands on your thighs, and I invite you to close your eyes and bring all of your awareness to the right buttock, hip. Actually, before you do that, check in with your pelvis. Are you sitting forward of your sit bones? If not, bring yourself there so that your spine can feel free to lift up, and you'll have that arch in your lower back. And now, bring your awareness to your right buttock, hip, upper thigh, pelvic area. And with each exhale, sweep away whatever's there that no longer serves you. We tend to carry a lot of emotion in our hips. And over a lifetime of grief and sadness and resentment and frustration and anger, all of that settles there, and that begins to impair our ability to see and feel and experience the beauty within us and around us. And especially in, excuse my language, but shitty moments like we're in, we need access to the beauty within us and around us. So with each exhale, we breathe out, we breathe away, we sweep away all the stuff. Now bring your awareness to the other hip area and do the same thing. With each exhale, sweep away the anger, the resentment, the disappointment, the grief, the sorrow, the frustration, and whatever else is there that no longer serves you. It's a practice, this letting go. Let's practice. Now I invite you to bring your awareness back to your hands, to make gentle fists with the thumb on the outside. And we'll do again what we did at the beginning. So inhale, let's focus first on the right hand. Inhale, extend the right thumb, watch the breath enter through the tip of the thumb and go to the base of the thumb. Exhale, watch the breath leave from the base of the thumb, the extent of the thumb out through the tip. Inhale, extend the pointer finger, do the same thing. Your breath, your movements, your rhythm. With each inhale, you go to the next finger. With each exhale, you watch the breath leave that finger out through the tip, moving with the pace of your breathing in and out. And when you finish with the right, I don't remember which hand you were on, the right hand, relax your fingers down, relax your thumb down, feel the presence of your breath in your right hand, the whole palm, all the fingers, even the wrist. Now let's bring our awareness to the left hand. Extend the thumb, breathing in through the tip of the thumb, the length of the thumb to the base of the thumb. Breathing out from the base of the thumb, the length of the thumb, the tip of the thumb. And now moving with your breath, feeling the rhythm, feeling the waves, and letting those waves manage the movement. Giving your brain a chance to relax and letting your mind focus on your breathing. When you finish with the pinky, relax your palm against your leg. Bring your full awareness to the breath, the presence of the breath in your left hand, the palm of the hand, each of the fingers, the top of the hand, the wrist. Now I invite you to breathe in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. If you want to do that breath exercise again with your hands, please feel free to do that. If you simply want to breathe your normal breath in and out, and let your focus be on your breath. And I invite you to do that. Look at yourself with kindness and with loving eyes so that you choose what best fits for you this morning. And as you do that, I will play bowls. invite you to become aware of your breath. Once again, to feel your body. Maybe open and close your hands a few times. Relax your hands, and I invite you to draw a very deep breath all the way to the soles of your feet. To pause in the fullness of your breath. And now slowly, slowly, slowly let the breath out. Letting it carry away with it any remaining tension or tightness of the mind, body, spirit. And pause again in the stillness. When you begin breathing in, if you still have your glasses on because I forgot to tell you to take them off, please take your glasses off. Rub your hands rigorously together to generate some heat. And now very gently cup your hands over your eyes. And receive the warmth from your hands in your eyes and their sockets, your cheekbones, your jawbone, all the way down to your heart. Place a smile behind your eyes, behind your lips, behind your heart, and receive the softness that moves into your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. We'll honor ourselves and each other with the word that's used throughout the Himalayas to say hello and goodbye, and which means the light that is me honors the light that is you. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. So the next time